I think I'll start with the biggest elephant in the room, which has gotta be Roblox. It is no surprise to any of us here that Roblox is a place for your kids to steal a brain rot, rob a bank, spin a baddie, or whatever the fuck this is. Now, I'm no angel. When I was a kid, I could pinpoint exactly where the GTA 5 strip club was. They knew me by name, I knew when Sapphire was on a shift, and you know, a couple walk-ins from my dad where all of a sudden I have dementia and don't know how I ended up here. But you see, this was normal, you know? This was just character development. This right here is the furthest thing from normal. And this isn't even me reaching, by the way. Just search Roblox on TikTok and be amazed by what the kids are into these days. I mean, shit, some of these sex rom-coms do have quite an interesting plot line to them. Where's it go? What is happening? I need a part 2! Besides how disturbing and cringe I personally think Roblox content is, the real cherry on top is how many predators actually lurk in these servers. A creator by the name of Schlep, who has taken on the heroic act of exposing these pedophiles in Roblox, is now facing legal action and termination by the CEO of Roblox, David Baszucki. I don't know. David. You know, I really do feel for David. It must be absolutely disgusting to see someone who would ever want to protect children on your own game. Taking legal action against a creator trying to protect kids, while also allowing predators to roam freely. How fucking dare they do that, David? Seriously. Filing a lawsuit is the right thing to do here and definitely does not make any of us question you or doubt you, David. When the lawsuit is over, all of this will just become a minor inconvenience. Another minor inconvenience is when I open Discord and the entire fucking group chat is offline. Although, I suppose it's not as bad as getting tossed balls deep into an e-dating server full of absolute fucking chads. I mean, look at some of these pure blood fucking alphas. About me, I can be cold as ice, sweet as candy, loyal like a soldier, and evil like the devil. It all depends on how you treat me. I wanna go to bed. Am a demon. He's a demon, guys. Watch out. We're just too sexy for a sport that requires more clothes. Jesus. Mess with me and you will wish you were in hell, sonny boy. I don't even know if Discord can control the amount of weirdos on their platform, the endless amount of groomers, entire servers dedicated to exploiting and leaking private information on minors, and worse, the servers and groups like 764 that dedicate their time to try and get minors to kill themselves. But hey, they made time to make sure you can look cool doing it. For only $15.99, you can get the Bonsai Bundle and commit sexual crimes against minors aesthetically. There are two very different types of archetypes of guys on e-dating Discord servers. One probably got molested and the other is a molester. Spent no more than a minute in the general chat of any sort of e-dating server on Discord and get to meet the different type of archetypes. First, you have Michael. His name would probably be in a gothic font because he is so fucking cool and misunderstood. He is likely 14 or 36 with zero in-betweens. You'll catch him right here in the selfie section where he stalks for his next sub and posts the most fuckboy pretentious images imaginable. He knows his victims, or in his words, kittens, are into forearm pictures these days. So after jacking the bean and getting a nice forearm pump, he proceeds to snap a pic of his only real and true lover. Michael may on a confident day post a jawline picture. He is very shy about disclosing that he is only 6'5", and his most common DM entry is how depressed he is. Michael's depression will never weigh up against the depression and regret his own father bears. My son's a sissy boy. Second, you have Slimy John 5278. I have zero fucking clue what he is doing here because immediately upon looking at his physiognomy, you can tell that he is 52 years old, goes for weekly checkups for his cholesterol and erectile dysfunctions, and likely just paid cutesy Katie $40 to tell him how much of a fucking loser he is. You see, age is nothing but a number to John. If it can breathe and has a hole, honestly, even if it doesn't have a hole, John will be there with his tiny but mighty shovel. He isn't there for smooth talk. He doesn't have time for memes or building connection. John is a man with a mission, one that usually ends up with a divorce or at the back of a police van, but you know, a mission nonetheless. Sexual harassment walks so John could soar like a fucking eagle in the sky, spreading not only his wings, but his hairy ass crack at any young boy he can pay off with Nitro Premium. Lastly, we have cutesy Katie. The world's not filled with only gross predator men. There's gotta be at least like 4 predator women in the world, and that's Katie. You see, most guys can't turn their dicks off to see how gross and weird some girls actually are. As a young boy, are you really going to question 23-year-old Katie and be distraught if she sends you a picture of her jugs? You see, we don't take this serious enough. A guy messaging a minor is a fat predator. A woman messaging a minor is called teacher-student roleplay. Katie actively promotes her OnlyFans publicly, throughout her day DMing countless teenage boys, giving them a false illusion of love and desire in hopes that one of them will pay her $40 to either see her naked or have her send good morning and good night messages to them, which are real services you can find on these Discord servers.
Yeah, boy.
But the crazy thing is, some women won't even do this to get paid. There are women that will just groom young guys for the love of the game. I don't really know why, maybe it's like a power play to them. It's pretty fucking weird, but do you know what's astronomically worse? VR chat. Oh boy, where do I begin? This right here is the spectrum, and this is VR chat. Do you have autism or an obsession to little kids? Do you have a speech impediment or like to spend your free time shitting in an adult-sized diaper while you pretend to be a kid online? May I present to you... I don't even know where to begin with this, and in my opinion, this is by far the worst and most miserable group of people on the internet. There is so much shit going on. Let's see. You have predators, age regression, phantom pain, fat furries, VR pregnancy, VR families, ERP, VR cuddling, racist, roleplaying, sexualized avatars, ERP avatars, lolly avatars, satanic cult, self-diagnosed illness, self-diagnosed disorder, sex bars, strippers, VR chat dating apps, goon caves, and bestiality. Whew, okay. That was a lot. I would love to get into all of these different problems and types of groups of people in VR. Actually, I'm lying. I don't think I would love to really, dive into bestiality on VR or fucking goon caves. But for the sake of this video, I'll keep it down to just a couple. First, you have your phantom pain group. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what phantom pain is, it's pretty much just performative victimized attention. These are people in VR that claim to have a sense of sort of like prolific powers, like walking through their digital character is something as a sensation they can feel. I've heard of phantom pregnancy, which is sort of just like the sense of feeling pregnant. I don't know, that's like a very like deranged way of just pretty much saying you're fat. There's like people who have like phantom pain, so hitting them in VR chat is a sensation that they can actually feel in real life. Hey there, bud. Just watch out when you walk past me again. I have phantom pain. If my life ever went downhill so badly and was ever on VR chat and met some fucking like this, I would beat the absolute shit out of them. I would actually love to see a Jubilee video titled 1 Phantom Pain VR chatter vs 20 war veterans. It's been hard going out to the VR lounge. One time someone closed the door on me and it hit my head pretty hard. Ouch. You know, the trauma of that tragedy can never go away. Have you ever seen your friend get blown up by a Vietnam hand grenade right in front of your eyes and hear that man try to scream with no lungs? Second, the daycare disease. There are active, flourishing groups of adults pretending to be toddlers. They wear diapers in real life and, by the way, shit themselves. They call this age regression trauma, I think. I don't fucking know. How do these people, buy groceries? Genuinely, how do these people act in real life or regular day environments? Like, dude, imagine being a cashier at a grocery store. You already hate your life and you're watching the clock waiting for your shift to be over. But then by the corner of your eye comes this behemoth of a creature. Diaper already loaded with a steaming pile of shit. Her fat rolls are a form of mobility. She just bought a new pacifier, a box of a dozen donuts with 2 already missing, and a 3-year-old she kidnapped from the candy aisle. Drop the baby, Susan! This is the 4th one this week! Jokes aside, I think this is revolting. There are actual kids on these type of servers who are getting groomed and manipulated by grown adults dressed up as furries, anime women with massive jugs, hot emo anime men, and worst of all, lollies. The funny thing with all of this is, when you call out this behavior, you're the one that gets banned. With Roblox, it's only David on your dick about trying to protect children. On VR, every admin is like a little mini David. There's so many more types of people on VR, and even Discord. Who knows, if you guys enjoyed them, I could make a dedicated video about it. But this video is about companies not doing anything about how dangerous their platforms are for minors, and how resourceful their platforms are for predators. I mentioned Roblox, Discord, and VR chat, which are all, by the way, marketed to people under the age as platforms to spend time with friends or hang out. These platforms spend countless hours every single day finding new ways to make a profit by adding new bullshit items or through updates. They completely disregard the enormous amount of Johns on their platform because it doesn't make them money to deal with him. If anything, they'd lose money because they need a giant fucking crane to get him out. Jokes aside, I would love to see a bit more accountability on these platforms. I think the major issue is how easily accessible it is to contact others, and how easy it is to remain anonymous under a fake name and fictitious profile picture. It would be so funny if you had to register on these platforms with your full government name and full personal details. Cyberbullying would be at its peak, which honestly might be needed for some of these people I've mentioned. Now, of course, I'm not blaming these companies or the many other platforms that have a few bad apples on them. You're always responsible for your own decisions. So any child groomer watching this, sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't actually support you or condone your behaviors. We should keep holding those accountable, but not just the ones we see on a TikTok video or the ones that make it on many countless Predcatcher YouTube videos, but the ones that are closer to home than you think. The ones that are in your Discord server, in your church group, or even worse, under your bed. Subscribe. You have your phantom... Fuck me, it's hot as fuck in here right now. Jesus Christ. It's like we opened the nether portal. Holy fuck balls. You have your phantom pain group, which is just performative... Jesus. I'm having a heat stroke, chat.